All right, everybody, here we are, together again at freaking last. And yes, this is the third video that I am doing today, but this is my routine. This is part of my thing, my post-market wrap-up. It's going to be all kinds of fun today. So let's see. I don't know where to begin, but I guess I should start off with the basics. Okay, let's do that. Closing bell went off like 10 seconds ago. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished higher by just under 750 points. All right, we were as high as like 825 points higher earlier in the day. Okay, so let's just stick to today. So today, again, a gain of about 750 points. Yesterday, we lost 670 points for a net gain of what? About 80, just under 80 points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Wow. I mean, honestly, is this what the Confederacy, all of the Confederacies today, especially those that dwell on the Supreme Confederacy, CNBC, I mean, they're just, they're in their usual orgasmic state when stuff like this happens. But again, I don't know how, I don't think personally an under 80 point gain with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 2 days is anything at all to be raising eyebrows about, especially in light of a few other things that happened. If you happen to catch my midday report after the Fed freak show, I left one huge thing out, and I want to cover that here because I was pondering this. I'm thinking about it, and I said, hey, you know what? This is big. What is Greg talking about? The lovely, you have to admit, Powell, there's something lovely about this guy. Maybe it's just me, Anyway, if you recall, prior to today, over the past, a few months now, he has been pounding the table about how the unwinding of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet was on autopilot, and it's just going to happen, and there's nothing going to get in the way of the Fed unwinding its balance sheet. Well, this all changed today, and I mean in a big way. He said, and this is his words, people, you can't make this stuff up even if you tried. The unwinding now, after today's freak show, unwinding of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet is actually flexible. Flexible. So, I mean, this is black and white to the highest order. So let's see. The Federal Reserve has now promised today to keep interest rates suppressed from here to, well, I guess infinity. Print cash more out of thin air to keep rates suppressed because they can't just say it. They're not magical, even though, something about that Powell over there, it's kind of gets you going, right? Well, he's not magical. So he has to print cash out of thin air and buy debt with it. That will suppress rates. And now we find out the unwinding of his lovely balance sheet. Well, that's flexible too. And the market loves it. And even with all of this beautiful thing, the music, la, da, da, even with that, we get, okay, an 80 point gain in the past 2 days. Now let's put another perspective on some of this, because it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I'm in a lovely mood right now, as you can probably tell. So yesterday, we get like huge profit warnings. Apple, all their suppliers, industrial stocks, and bad economic news, and the stock market got hit. Well, today, we get numbers thrown at us, which will be revised. You know that. And then we get the Fed with this whole thing, and just, we get a reversal there, but still, 2 days, an 80 point gain. Awesome. This is just great, but it doesn't change anything at all. We are still in a downtrend, 4,000 points off the high with regard to the Dow. The trend has been established, period. And again, like I said in my video where I went a little nutty, last one, not that I'm not going nutty now a little bit. But without a trade deal, and I mean a big one, the trend is lower for this market. I don't care what it did today. The 80-point gain in 2 days has not impressed this guy at all. I am sure you're not impressed either. It doesn't change a damn thing with regard to the flat yield curve. And going back to yesterday, with regard to forward guidance by Apple, other companies that have been talking about profit warnings now for weeks. Oh, no. Doesn't matter anymore. Look, the Fed has been propping up this market now for over a decade. It looks to me like Powell had a little sit down with the president, because right now they are both on the same page. Beyond that, and we can expect more of the same, because doing more of the same is going to make everything different. You know that, right? That's just the way it works in this alternate reality that we are existing in. But again, in all seriousness, nothing has changed. The downtrend remains, and we're going to sit here and watch and wait. We're going to wait. And, there's a lot of people who believe there's going to be no deal whatsoever with China. I'm not sure I believe that. Honestly, I think something will come out of this, because, look, both of our economies are getting hit. Both of our markets are getting hit. Something is going to need to be done. And how they spin it is they're both going to win. It's going to be a win for China. It's going to be a win for the United States. Obviously, both can't win. There's going to be some kind of concessions on both sides. And I am certain that the market is going to like it, whether it happens over the weekend, whether it happens next week. I would expect a bump from that. And does that mean everything has changed? Does that mean that all of a sudden, profit warnings? Well, maybe that will change. It depends on the deal. It depends on what's actually put down on pen and paper, and what's, more importantly, possibly, what's enforceable, what will actually happen. But we will cross that lovely bridge when we get there. Anyway, I hope this has been informative for you. And as much as the COD wants you to forget about, the bad news of yesterday, and wants you to focus on the good news of today, and wants you to focus absolutely on the 750-point gain from today. Don't forget what happened yesterday. What's the net here? I mean, come on. You and I, we live in reality. We're not in their twisted alternate reality where they're trying to fist feed you. Look here, don't look here. Well, I don't think those of us here at least participate in this lovely thing, the show here, our show, this is our show, are that dumb. We remember, at least I do, right? 24 hours ago. With that said, my beautiful friends, I'll see you in the morning. Actually, no, you won't see me in the morning. It's Friday. I almost forgot. You'll see me Sunday. We'll talk more. Maybe we'll get some more economic news. It's going to be just lovely. So, being that it is Friday, love each other, care for each other, and be charitable. The three most important things. Seriously, all this garbage is just garbage. I'll see you Sunday.